Welcome back to another episode of Accelerate to Great. I'm your host, Nehemiah Davis, and as I tell you guys, week in and week out, I am coming to you with some of the most greatest, most incredible, most intelligent, goal-getting entrepreneurs in the entire world. In today's episode, I'm going to bring to you my friend Gabriel. This guy is absolutely incredible. When I say he came from nothing, right? So this guy defied all odds. He is not an excuse maker. He is only an action taker. So I absolutely had to have him on the podcast because his story is not only going to inspire you, but is also going to move you to take action and remove any excuse that you have, especially when he was able to come from nothing and build his empire the way he's building it. So without further ado, I would like to introduce my friend and just amazing entrepreneur and leader, Gabriel, to Accelerate to Great. What's up, my brother?
What's up, Neil? Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
What an introduction.
Hey, man. Hey, got to make sure it's done right, man. I had the opportunity to see you at your mastermind about
a year ago.
About a year ago.
Yeah.
Joshua, you met Joshua and you told Josh to come. Josh brought me with him.
Yes.
Had an amazing time. First, kudos to that. That was an amazing experience. And the biggest thing that I took from you was just relentless. You got an attitude of just being relentless in that, if something worked, scale it to the moon, go all in. Right? So what gave you that mindset of just going all in? I know we were speaking earlier about you seeing the Lambo and knowing you, I know it's not about cars, but you saw it and you said, I wanted that, and you didn't stop until you got it. So how did you develop that mindset?
I think it has a lot to do with where I grew up. Okay, I grew up in a third world country where people here get everything to their hands. Like if I want a soccer ball, I can go and buy it. If I want a drum set, I can go and buy it. For example, when I was little growing up, we wanted to play baseball. They don't sell a bat of baseball in Uruguay because nobody plays.
Right.
But I went to a carpenter and I made my own since I was like 9, 7.
Right.
Bicycle, the same thing. I didn't have the money to buy a bicycle off-road. I made it myself. I figured it out always how to make my thing. So it's that persistence until you accomplish what you have in mind. So story back, 14 years old, 15, full-time living, playing drums. That was my wildest dream.
Gotcha.
And funny enough, my first drum throne, I bought it in Guitar Center when I was in the United States. My entire life I played with a drum throne that I had it made by, I don't even know how to call it, the guy who welds metal and stuff like that. And it was literally a piece of wood cut around with a piece of foam, leather, and attached with needles on the back.
Wow.
Even my drumsticks were with a needle and tape because I couldn't afford to buy new drumsticks when they break. So I think that has a lot to do with the go get it, go hard. And then every time that I have something that I like, I become passionate. Right. And I close the horse. I don't look anything on the side and I just go at it.
Right.
And I become a passionate student of what I'm doing in order to achieve the goal. Because I feel like a lot of people don't have a goal clear enough. And that's why they're just going through life they're just being pushed through life. So that's one of the main reasons why I every time something works, I go hard.
So pretty much your obsession become your possessions.
Yes.
You obsess about it.
Tremendously.
Got you. And for you, I noticed it's you and several other people I noticed actually went to Sam Ovens mastermind.
Yeah.
And you were already killing it, but everyone I seen came out of that, it's just shoo! How important is people who get to certain levels, they stop getting education. Talk about how important that is, because I know you're helping students all over the world.
No matter what level you are, you always gonna, for example, yesterday I had a friend who came and visit us. This guy was a student a year ago, and I saw him struggle, and I saw him making in a week 20K, and today he's making over 7 figures a month.
Wow.
And the way he told me is Gabe, I started from someone else who was on a bigger level than me.
Yep.
And it's always like that. So myself, I'm always looking for who's on a bigger level than me. There's a lot of people. I'm nobody. I literally started getting my breakthrough 2016, and then I never looked back. I quit my job and said, this is it, and I went hard. And it's extremely important always to keep studying and keep rubbing your shoulders against to someone greater than yourself. For example, this guy came here and give us a whole bio of how great he's doing and how easy he's making the money now because he's becoming the operator instead of the producer.
Wow.
The producer is a guy we are doing everything ourselves. We don't outsource anything, and when we become frustrated sometimes because we're doing everything ourselves. So he was like, let me figure it out how can I become the producer and have the ideas and implement them through a team.
Right.
And that's how he was able to, he says, bro, easy 200 grand here, 300 grand there, 750K there. I'm not even running traffic.
Right.
I got people running my stuff.
Wow.
So that was like literally start sparking my brain and getting ideas. And just by rubbing up from that energy, the same day, a couple hours later, we come up with a strategy, we tested it, and it's getting a CPAs under $1. So I'm like, how did shit happen? It's just the energy by robbing yourself with other people who are. Exactly. And that is the favorite thing that Moses, my sales guy, tells me, bro, there's 3 ways to learn. It's osmosis, it's by listening to audio and watching video, obviously, and taking implementation. But the first one, he said that is my favorite one, is osmosis. It's because you are there. Success rub off. So one of the things you guys can do is like change your circle. If you have a friend who's not on the level you want to be, you got to surround yourself, first of all, with people who are on the another level, because those people don't talk about the news, don't talk about what's going on. We talk about solutions and how can we be greater, grateful, and pretty much blessed in all the sense, like how can I help someone to go up 33%, right? Someone above you on the same level and below you. You gotta have that.
I always tell people it's similar. It's like mentor. It's like a sandwich. You should be in the middle. Someone should always be doing better than you, and there should be always someone else you pulling up. So you in the sweet spot in the middle. So, and for you, I really like the story because a lot of people look at your story as, man, it was a disadvantage, but I believe it was it was meant to happen for you to have to grow up the way you grew up, to have to figure it out, to have to make it happen, because a lot of us, we were privileged. We grew up, could get whatever we want at our fingertips. Mama buy it. So it literally minimizes our work ethic. I feel like so many people don't have work ethic because everything was given to them. But I feel as though you happen to really go grind. You literally have to kill what you eat, or you don't eat, and it just continue to translate to that.
So pretty much when I came to this country, I came with $300 in my pocket. Didn't speak English at all. No papers, and I just came in to record an album. It was gonna be 2 months, done with the album, go back to Uruguay. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna stay, I love this. And my dream was to make it on a band. So I'm like, man, the land of opportunity. Within a week of work here, you can buy a drum set. Something that you cannot do in my country. You gotta work 3-4 years and save money for a drum set. We get access to, I went to Guitar Center, I was blown away. All the copy of the VHR videos that I got to educate myself on drumming, you can buy them all here, brand new. And I was watching these VSR videos, which is like a photocopy from a photocopy. You gotta figure it out because it looks all blurry, like that was. So doing that, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here. So I gave some money to a dude who was like, give me $100 and I get you papers to work. And I'm like, bro, this is crazy. And I give him my passport, the guy disappeared in a bicycle for like 3 hours. I was sweating, I'm like, oh my God, I just lost my passport. This guy took my money, he's not coming back. 3 hours later, the guy came back with my papers. They look, I don't even know how they did it, but anyway, I gotta do what I gotta do in order to get a job. So I started applying restaurants, I was like cleaning tables, I was like doing dishwasher jobs, I was cleaning toilets, I was like scraping chairs, painting, and I ended up working on South Beach, on the beach, literally renting chairs and umbrella. But before that, they promoted me to that, I was cleaning the beach. Cleaning the beach, I will never forget the sunburn that I got in my legs because I never used sunblock and I didn't know how strong is the sun in Miami Beach. Dude, it was like all blisters on my skin. I couldn't even walk next day. And then I did that for 2 years, and I was always, bro, after I finished sitting down, looking at the ocean and thinking, bro, one day, I'm gonna make it. I don't know how, I don't know what's the vehicle, but one day. And then, you know, life happened, blah, 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 and then I got married, not married, but I got like in a relationship that I was like, when I met her, I was like to my roommate, I said, this is the chick that I'm gonna marry. The first night I met her, and dude, I married now, but we got like 8 years of relationship. Then I was miserable working on Guitar Center, living with my parent-in-law. Dude, not even saving money. I was saving $100 a month because my salary was $1,100. When you take away gas, the money you spend on food, you got nothing back. And I was like, man, there has to be something else. And I started listening to Bob Proctor. And Bob Proctor, and I believe everybody in this planet is because you are in the situation you are in is because you choose to. And the reason why is because we are close-minded to our own limitations that we believe in. If you believe that you can make 50,000 a day, trust me, you're gonna find a way to make it.
Yeah,
But
you're gonna
people
find a
don't
way,
believe.
you're gonna find an excuse. I believe there's only two things in life. You're gonna find a way, you're gonna find an excuse
Exactly.
to achieve anything or not to achieve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not average to think that way, and people think you are illogical, you think you are crazy, because the way we're raised on the school is like they pre-program us to be employees because the system don't want everybody to be entrepreneurs and be freaking millionaires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're here to change that, right?
Yeah,
to break
absolutely.
that,
Hey, there's no
to
other
educate
option.
everybody and
Yeah.
tell them what's up. So bro, long story short, I was there working in a car dealership because I figured it out. I'm gonna make a little bit more money. I was not happy. I was about to become a finance manager. They make a little bit more money, but they're stressful. They work up to 14, 16 hours a day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was not healthy for me. I hated it. I hate sales, but anyway, I did it. And I started Googling how to make money online.
Yeah.
One night, because my wife got pregnant, dude, I still know the feeling. It was like a cold, literally bucket of ice on my back. I was like, oh my God. And I immediately started thinking how I'm gonna afford the kid, how I'm gonna get all this stuff, right? Because your parents, when you have kids, you gotta have your own house, you gotta be stable, you gotta have a good job, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all these things like hunting me at night, and I couldn't sleep for like a month, bro. And I'm like, man. And I started looking how I can make money online. And then I start seeing some people. Obviously, a lot of the people I see, I'm like, oh, that's a scam, bro. That cannot be real.
Yeah.
That's a scam.
Rick said the same
My
thing.
wife, don't even spend a dime on that. Blah, 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 blah. And then I become, like I said, I started listening to more Bob Proctor. And as I was listening to, I remember the feeling of being in the car. So I replaced immediately the radio for self-motivation, Bob Proctor. So no more radio for me, Bob Proctor, yes. And I was driving for the first week. I was always, my subconscious mind, I was thinking, that's not gonna happen to you, that's not gonna happen to you, that happens to the other people, that's not gonna happen to you. And and Bob Proctor said, whatever you do it for 90 days, and then it will become a habit, and then boom. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna give it a chance. 90 days it is, bro. And dude, those 90 days till now, it's like, I don't know, 400 days. That I always listening to Bob Proctor. And that literally changed my mind, because little by little, it was changing the way that I was thinking. And I start like thinking bigger than in a way I was telling my mother-in-law and my wife and all these people after failing miserably, losing money like crazy in small ventures that I was trying to do as an entrepreneur. And after you fail like 2-3 times, your family members are going to tell you, you're crazy.
Why
you're
you
losing
keep
money.
going?
Why you keep doing this? So I said, you know what? I'm going to make $20,000, $40,000 a month. Or was that it? And they were like, why? You're raw. You have no degree, you're crazy. It's impossible to do it. And I was watched. And man, I got credit cards like crazy. My wife fixed the credit. Why? Because she was pregnant. We needed a home. So she's like, I'm gonna fix your credit. We were paying $100 a month to Lexington Law to send letters, blah, blah, blah. Fixed my credit from 535 because I couldn't even, it was a disaster, to 710.
Right.
And then I was on Facebook one day, just listening and thinking, dreaming big, and I'm like, this is a sign. American Express to apply on my Facebook feed? This has to be a sign. Bam! I applied. And something told me, you're gonna get approved. Boom! Shit, I'm approved for $5,000. Next thing I know, keep scrolling, another credit card offer. And dude, I took 5 credit cards in literally half an hour. So start credit card, start showing up on my door. My wife, the first one was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. The phone ring. Did you apply for a credit card after we fixed the credit? Because, oh my God, you're nuts. I'm like, no, wait, you don't understand. I'm gonna do this online thing. And I was showing her a screenshot that I was seeing like $1 million a month in CPA, blah, blah. And nobody believed me, bro. And you know, I spent those entire 5 credit cards, I spent $17,000, no results.
Wow.
So what do you think your wife and
Most
your parents?
people call you crazy and tell you to quit.
Yeah, call me crazy. You're nuts. You have a child that is just born. By this time, the child was there, and I'm like, don't worry. And how I keep myself going through that with those failures without quitting is because the mindset. The mindset. Once your desire, your dreams, your vision becomes bigger than your fear, you're unstoppable. But a lot of people have the fear bigger than the visions and the goals, and that's why fear overcomes it and takes them to the average life, which security, a paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the certainty of like, what I'm gonna do now that I don't have to, I'm not gonna receive a paycheck. I have to make my money.
Yeah.
So that's anxiety, fear. It's your brain. It's like the survival is trying to do whatever is possible for you to distract you from that path.
Yeah.
And bro, my last $500 I will never forget. My parents were in town. They have a phone that was terrible, and I mean, they deserve an iPhone. So I went to eBay and bought 2 used iPhones.
Right.
100. So now I have $200 left.
Right.
I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna give them the iPhone
Yeah.
because I feel good.
Yeah.
Those last $200, man. I was about to go to work. My mother was sleeping in my home recording studio, and every single night I was listening to Bob Proctor, watching Victor Jesus, all these people talking about mindset. And my mother was like, hey, Gabe, you're gonna get crazy with this. Monica, you can stress her out. She just got a baby.
Yeah.
Why you keep doing this, Mom? Trust me. Whatever. Bro, I saw a product that night it was like, boom, this is it, bro. This is the product.
Yeah.
And I launched a campaign. The next day, I'm like doing a photocopy on the dealership, selling a car, and my phone, ka-ching. I'm like, whoa, what was that?
Yeah.
And I saw, bro, this is real. I just make $9.99 free for shipping.
Right.
And once I saw that first sale, bro, it was
over.
like, it's over. And my first month, that month was December, I end up with from $200 on my bank account, and I had before that, dude, I sold my drum set, I sold all my equipment. My wife got 2 loans, students loans, to cover the rent. It was embarrassing for me as a man of the household. And,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then those $200 turned into $33,000 in the first month in December. January 1st, I didn't went to work. My wife, what are you doing here? I couldn't confront her and tell her I'm not going anymore to work because she's gonna tell me, no, you're crazy. This could be a flu. You don't know what's gonna happen with instability, blah 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 blah. And the second day I didn't want to work. The third day I went to the car dealership, literally in shorts, and I sit down with the GM, and I'm like, bro. And he laughed at me because he saw me working on the dealership too. He's like, okay. And I showed him. He was like, bro, go home, bro. Just best of luck. He said, before you go, do me a favor, just in case. He said, I don't know what's gonna happen with you. Well, sign this letter, so anything happens, you got our door open, so you can come back whenever you need. And I was like, fair enough, let's do it. But I signed it like thinking, I will never in my life come back again. I will never in my life work for someone else again. And that was the end. From there to now, we're talking about
How many years was that?
2016, January 1st. Till
Was
now.
that from the time you made the first 200? I mean, the time you made that free plus shipping offer?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the free plus shipping offer was December 2016 to now, bro. I have done over $12 million in transactions in revenue collectively. It's mind blowing.
And let me ask you this: how long was it before you got to that free plus shipping offer? How many months was it before that, or a year, or how long was
I
that
started
process?
looking for how to make money online in 2015 when my wife got pregnant.
Gotcha.
Then the baby came.
Gotcha.
So
about
and
a
then
year
I
at
spent
least.
about $17,000, like more or less a year, trying to figure it out myself because I was stupid. Not stupid, but I didn't know. I didn't have a friend who was on the level that needs to be to tell me, Gabe, you're wasting your time. Get a mentor. Go to the people who's
the
doing
fast
it.
track.
Get the fast track. Why you want? So I was the smartest kid, so I'm like, I'm not gonna pay somebody else to teach me what I can learn by myself for free on YouTube or whatnot. And that is a library of distractions, and it's a dream killer. Why? Because there's so many videos that you don't follow one single person. If I'm telling you, Gabriel, I'm gonna teach you how to literally put together this drum set, and I teach you how it is, and then you start listening to everybody on the audience. No, you should do it this way. No, you should do it that way. You're never gonna put the drum set together. Impossible. So I did not invest in a mentor till almost the last pennies that I had. And I built a relationship with someone through Skype that I invested in on. I paid $2,000 and I felt, bro, I got so much anxiety. The time that I spent $2,000, I'm like, man, if I tell my wife that I just spent $2,000 on someone to teach me, she's gonna kill me. Because the things that happened previously and the stories that this is a scam, this is blah, 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 this guy took your money, never scam. Anyway, and I think the mindset is everything. That's why I said, bro, you gotta work harder in your mindset than in your job.
Yeah, and I'm happy you said it because I don't want people under this impression. You're gonna get in e-com, you're gonna get in these things, it's gonna blow up. Like, now having a mentor is gonna fast track you absolutely without a shadow of a doubt, but you were relentless. Like you stuck with it. Most people ain't gonna stick with it after a month, after 2 months. You
Yes.
went down 17,000.
Yeah.
People are afraid to invest 1,000 in
man,
a course.
I know.
You went all in 17
Listen,
grand. It's
The
crazy.
people who are trying to be entrepreneur now, they have it the easy way.
Yeah.
And I tell you why. Because when I started e-commerce, it was all about to doing $1,000 a day. It was nobody in the freaking world doing more than that. So the mindset was, if I can do $1,000 a day, bro, we can do $1 million a year.
Yeah.
Right? And then we went through from 1K, 2K, 3K, and we were there. 3K, $100,000 a month, and it was like, wow, this is fucking so real. Back in 2017, someone came up and do freaking amazing numbers, and I saw a screenshot, and I always challenge myself, I'm gonna do double that. I'm gonna do more than this. And I just push myself. And that's how we took it to the next level. So now I have students who see me doing $1 million a month or 100K a day, and now they have the mindset, oh shit, this guy's doing 100K a day.
I could do it.
Exactly. So bringing students are now doing $2,000-$3,000 a day, and they feel like they're not achieving anything.
Yeah.
Bro, you gotta celebrate. You gotta celebrate your own little successes. Remember, bro, doing $1 million a month on e-commerce today's day, I see so many students hitting those numbers, and it's because it's already exposed.
Yeah.
When I started, it was not exposed.
It's like the mile. They always tell the story about the first man who
Yes.
ran a mile. It's impossible to run a 4-minute mile.
Yes.
And now everybody who's running,
Yeah.
maybe I can't because I'm lazy,
Yeah.
but people are running a 4-minute mile
There's
like
more and more people
every
Once they
day.
see- Once
But-
they see, exactly. So my thing was this. It was like, man, a guy told, I remember there was a course, Digital Attitude. I don't know if you remember DA, the Digital Attitude. The guy said, the first thing he says is like, okay, what's your goal? I was like, I don't know what's a goal. Like, put it in, like, no, your goal, like your financial goal, how much money you want to make? And I was, okay, replace my salary, $5,000 and beyond, so I can more than replace my salary.
Yeah.
Where do you want to live? I want to live here. What kind of food you want to eat? Write it down. What kind of car you want to drive? Write it
Listen
down.
up, people. We're telling you what to do right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then says, now do an average on the math. How much will be the rent for the place you want to live? How much will be the payment for the car you want to drive? How much will be the food you want to eat? And then I was like, whoa, it's like $11,000 a month.
Yeah.
So now you have
Got a
something
benchmark.
there.
Yeah.
So now it's like, bro, so I want to make 20K now because that's the lifestyle I want to afford. So I gotta make 20K a month. How much is 20K a month? Divided by daily, by hourly. You gotta know everything by
minutes.
breaking it down.
Yeah.
Because if you see the number, I want to make $5,000 and you are in zero, it seems like far away. But if you divide 5,000 and 30, I don't know what it is, $133 a day. I don't know what it is. Oh shit! So now it's $133 a day to go. It gets more reachable.
Yeah, it's real.
You know?
And it's funny, one of my favorite quotes is once your mind is expanded to a new idea or concept, it's hard to go back to its original way of thinking. So when you see that it's possible, it's like, hold on, if he did it and he's coaching me,
Yes.
of course I can do it. So guys, it's big on mindset. What's some other ways for our listeners that they can help develop that mindset that you would suggest? One,
Okay, an exercise that I learned from T. Harv Hecker.
yep, I like him.
The
millionaire
changed my
mindset.
life.
Tap
It
your
was-
heart. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It
Yeah.
was like he said, don't entertain any negative thought.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
you
I
have
seen
a
that on your
negative
story. That was
thought,
good.
yeah, but when you got a negative thought, like literally move it away, like wipe it down,
Yeah.
and keep positive. And I start doing that. And a negative thought, what it is a negative thought? Oh man, it's the 31st, I gotta pay the rent. I don't even know how I'm gonna pay it.
Yeah.
And you guys, you get into that feeling,
Yeah.
and your emotions drop, and it's like you get into a dark place. So I start, I don't care how I'm gonna pay the rent. I don't have the money. Who cares? Let's see how can we make money. So I start leaving those fears and those negative thoughts aside and start focusing on the positive side of every single journey, because all we go through in life is a journey, right? And the journey is like you're gonna learn from the failures. It's impossible to learn from the success. You always learn from the failures. So every time I fail, I sit down and I say, okay, great, I failed. So that means that I'm gonna go to the next level now. Because if I fail, if you don't fail, you're gonna plateau. So you gotta fail to jump again and to jump again to figure it out. Because once we fail, it means that we're trying to do something right. We just gotta figure it out the right way to do it. But if you try For example, if I'm telling you, bro, we got 5 iPhones, one works, one doesn't work, and people come in and grab one, oh, this one doesn't work, that was a scam, and you leave.
Yeah.
Then you got the other guy who's like, okay, wait a minute, 1, 2, okay, this one is working. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
But there's 30 more people who came in, grab one, and say it's a scam. Why?
Yeah.
It's the mindset, it's the mentality, the negative thoughts.
Yeah.
So distract your negative thoughts, and you'll see life impacting changes in your life. It did for me.
And it's funny because, I mean, we talk about the mindset. That's number one. Before you make money, like, you have to get that right, because similar to what you said, if I know this has to work or it has to work, no matter how many failures I endure, no matter how many things go wrong, no matter how many fires, I got to put I understand, like, yo, this has to work.
Yeah.
But like you saying, having the mental right, if the mental ain't right,
You're not gonna make it happen. And
Period.
one of the main things is fear, bro.
fear.
Fear. And fear is the number one obstacle people have, because if I'm telling you, bro, I have something that works, you just gotta study a little bit, because it's not even going to school for 5-6 years. Then you don't do nothing. It's literally a course that you go through, and within a week you're gonna understand what's going on, what we're doing, and you can implement it, and it can literally change your life. But you gotta spend some money, and people is like, oh man, you gotta spend some. Man, I lost $100 in a campaign. I don't see any money back, bro. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? The money is not an issue. It's the situation you make the money. It's like people put the little salary, and they block the dreams. I see like that. It's like, I'm not gonna block my dream for $1,000 or $2,000 a month,
Right.
because I know if I go through that money, and even if I burn it, my dreams are becoming closer to me. So what is worth to you? Your dreams or the salary you have right now that
Dreams.
keeps you comfortable?
Yeah,
Exactly,
dreams,
bro.
yeah. That comfort
Yes.
is a killer, man.
Exactly.
They have you. I was a victim. I'm like, okay, I'm okay, making money. I'm done. I'm like, no. Get uncomfortable. Like,
Exactly.
I need to be relentless,
You have
and that's
to.
something I really want to teach people. Like, you have to be relentless. You reach a goal, set another one. If you reach the goal too quickly, that means the goal wasn't big enough. Like, you got to set
You
higher
gotta
goals.
dream big, bro. You
Yeah.
gotta. Why do we are here? Why the car exists?
Yeah.
Why do planes exist? Because some random dudes like that dream about it, and they did it until it worked.
And just to add, this is your second Lambo, right?
Yes.
So you had a Lambo. What was the other kind of
Huracan.
Lambo? You said, no, I want the next level.
Yes.
Went and got the next level one, same color and everything.
Yeah.
Relentless.
Yeah.
You can't get that without being relentless.
No.
You set
No
your
way.
mind on a target,
No way.
and I'm going to hit the target, no matter what.
No matter what, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like my first car, I was a car salesman. So always car salesman, this is close. It's like, oh, I gotta ask my wife for it. I'm like, dude, it's better to ask for regret than permission. Is that right?
Yeah. But
Better to ask for
I say it like this. I'd rather say sorry than ask
say
for
sorry
permission.
than ask for permission.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
my English
fault,
is
not
a little-
enough. No, you good.
So I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna pull that one in, because if I tell my wife I'm gonna go and buy a Lamborghini, she's gonna give me the freaking no way, blah blah blah, bro. You know how it is, bro. So I went in and bought my first Lamborghini, and it was meant to happen because I just literally went to see it, and that deal was done within 2 hours. I walk out of the dealer, I didn't even know what happened, bro. It was like a miracle, and I'm like, holy shit, this is real. I drove the car for a year, and then out of nowhere, after customizing the entire car, literally, I didn't even drive it for a month after getting the car done with the Novara bumper kit, the wheels, the wrap, everything was done. And I'm like, okay, now this car, I'm gonna keep it for a long time. And then out of nowhere, bro, just an idea, I start dreaming about it. And that's a problem. Every time I dream something and I see it, it's a problem. Second day, saw it again. And I was seeing myself in that car. And I'm like, okay, I gotta make it happen.
When you see yourself in the car, just so we could kind of help people who vision, do you feel yourself driving it? Are you laying
man.
down when
I
you're going
drove
to
my-
talk to me
I
through the
drove-
visualization
I drove
process
my,
for you?
my SUV, which was a Mercedes GLE and my wife's Tahoe.
Yeah.
And I was literally grabbing the steering wheel and feeling and visualizing myself like I was driving the Lamborghini. And I was driving the car, funny, with a pedal, but my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm driving the Lamborghini right now. And she was making fun of me, but dude, I did that. I went to the car dealership, seeing the cars, getting myself like next to the cars, dreaming about the car and looking at them, talking to the salesman, looking at the car, and I'm like, one day, bro, And I even have a blog that I said, one day I'm gonna get this car. Literally 3 months later after that, I got my first Lamborghini.
Wow.
And if you asked me this 3 years ago, you're gonna own a Lamborghini, I will tell you, freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Impossible to me to own that kind of car.
Yeah.
You know? I'm trying to figure it out how I'm gonna save money to get married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Gee, and I think you would appreciate this. So I was told that Elon Musk, no. It's either Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. But when he wake up in the morning, he lays on his bed for the first 2 hours and do nothing but dream and visualize what he wants. What's next? So whether it's Jeff or Elon, they both.
yeah.
But success leave clues.
Yes.
Visualization works. Affirmations work.
Absolutely.
But these things only work if you work.
Absolutely.
So I just want people to understand that, man, whatever that goal or that dream, that vision you have, you can get it, but it ain't gonna come easy. You have to be willing to put work in. And that's the key, I think.
And sometimes it feels like you're not going anywhere, but trust me, if you keep at it, your subconscious mind will give you the ideas for you to get there. Because I got to a point of my life that I didn't have money to pay the rent. And I'm like, dude, I have money not to pay the rent. My wife already got 2 student loans. How I'm gonna pay? I don't know. And I went for a walk, cleared my mind, and literally the next day I woke up like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my drum set that I'm not using it right now on Craigslist, and I'm gonna sell it. Within a day, I received a phone call from a dude. I went to the gas station and sold my drum set. Boom, the rent is paid.
Right.
Now what's next? And you gotta do that. It's like putting up fires, you have to go through. And the other thing that helped me a lot was like when someone told me, bro, problems don't exist outside your brain. Every time we feel like we're going to some like depression and the money, if you think about it, those problems only exist in your mind, not outside.
Right.
So why would you kill yourself over some little circumstantial situation? That's why I said, if you have goals and dreams and you write it down, you got something to go out and like fight for it, pretty much. Yeah. Because when I was working, I was miserable. I was just working, coming back home, and I was always looking forward for a Friday night to not work Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday, I hated Sunday in the afternoon. I wasn't in a bad mood because I gotta go to work tomorrow. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta wake up and get into traffic, and dude, that's something that I don't miss at all. Like the getting into traffic.
Traffic is crazy. I remember last time we was gonna meet up and it was like, bro, traffic, we gotta reschedule. It's like, I'm like, no problem, I understand. Traffic is crazy.
I know.
And I just think about it too, like, man, having to wake up every day and go sit in traffic for an hour to an hour and a half and do that back and forth. I'm like, that's enough to make me say, I gotta go figure something out for myself.
And it's not much to figure it out today's day. You just gotta follow
Google.
whoever is successful
Yeah.
and get access to those people and ask them, mentor me, do whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I really want you to kind of tell me a little bit about your program. I know to date you have helped thousands of students literally get financial freedom from your program, helping them live their dream life. Some people are moving to America, they're getting married, they're just free. So I want you to kind of talk a little bit about why did you decide to start this program, which I'm happy you did. I want you to talk about that.
So a lot of people start asking me what I was doing and if I can help them. When I decided to go publicly on Facebook in a group, and I said, watch me scale to $100,000 a day.
Wow.
And that's when Richard started following. And they say, let's do it, bro. Let's see what's it all about. I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I know I was gonna do it.
You put it out there, though.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, it's like sharing with the world. I'm gonna lose 90 pounds if you don't do it. People are gonna regret. Oh, that's the dude who said he didn't do it. So I start scaling, and within 9 days I hit $100,000 in one day.
Wow.
Just in 9 days, and then it was like $535,000 in 1 week.
Wow.
So that was mind blowing. So people.
Are you still selling that product?
Oh, two of those products is the same product.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I was going to share what it was if you weren't selling.
It sells. The funny story is I was in Vegas like about 3 or a month ago in the mastermind, and they even have a kiosk inside the mall with that product. So that's when you notice, okay, this is gonna be everything. Wow. Anyway, I even reviewed the product because I was, at the end of the day, a lot of students got success from that product as well because they piggyback, right? That's we all do that when you say, oh, what is he selling? Let me try. Anyway, so I created a Facebook group and I was going live and just teaching from my house on a whiteboard live. And at the end of the day, I said, bro, people have a lot of questions from basic stuff. So I decided, you know what, let me just do a course. And I did the course because I got so much requests. And funny enough, it's like I haven't even write a single ad since I created the course.
Wow.
I haven't even write ads. Everything we do and we help is organically. People follow me, they ask me for the course, we send them the course, but I haven't even run ads on YouTube. And we're literally trying to start now because it's another avenue, obviously. But we didn't even run ads. So,
Which is crazy.
And we have so many people, man, so many testimonials that it's heartwarming because I see students doing even bigger numbers than myself. So I always
Rick
say,
said the same thing.
I always said, teach someone how to fish and they will catch a bigger fish than you.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Richard was one of the first testimonies that was mind blowing. I'm like, this dude messaged me and said, dude, I did a $1.7 million extra because of the strategy you share. I'm like, who are you? So like, yeah, I'm from Miami Lakes. I'm like, bro, we're neighbors.
Right.
And we become friends. Bro.
Friends,
Next day we had coffee, we start talking, and he the same thing, you know, with his Google students. It's the same thing, man. It's a blessing, but it's sad that a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people think it's like, oh, you're just trying to get money out of me.
And I hate that. And I don't understand. But here's the thing, Gabriel, what I don't understand is, what about the university that's asking you for $50,000 for a year and they're teaching you information from 30, 40 years ago?
Exactly, outdated information.
What about that? That's okay for them to do. We selling 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 out, 10,000. A low ticket number that's going to literally
change the life.
What is that worth?
That is, like I said, it's the mindset, it's the culture.
Yeah.
But I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better because with the exposure we got now with Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, the social platforms that years ago didn't exist, like 6, 7 years ago, none of that exists. Like a lot of information is getting out there, so people are getting more educated, more aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like all my friends from my guitar center, my ex-coworkers, dude, they didn't understand what I was doing for an entire year. They thought I was selling something like a MLM, multi-level marketing. And I'm like, no, bro, I'm selling my own products, my own Shopify store. They didn't understand. They thought everything was a scam, everything was like up in the air. Until now, they say, oh shit, that shit is real. You know, I know you, okay, now. And because of that, some people, funny story, one of the managers of the car dealership that I used to work invested in my mentorship. And now he found financial freedom. He called me 2 months ago and said, Gabriel, I just gotta thank you, man. I'm like, bro, I thought you were not even doing that. He said, yes, bro, full time. I did. He called me when he did $140,000 in 1 month. He says, dude, I just gotta thank you, bro. Because I was he was making really good money. He was making about $15,000 a month as a manager. But he was miserable. He was like, dude, I'm on dealership day and night. And I hate that life, bro.
Hugging the cubicle.
Exactly. So he's like, man, I'm just gonna do what you do because he's telling me, Gabe, I did this because I know you personally, and I thought you were freaking insane when you were showing me that and the things you were doing at the dealership. But now, you know what? I just gotta give you the thanks, man, because you literally changed my life. Wow. And that's you know, that's always better than making yourself money because it's like you're changing someone else's life.
Yep, and that's good, man.
Yeah.
And I wanna be able to share that. I want to share like a training or a link in the show notes and on YouTube so people can.
It's the name is theecommillionaire.com. But I'll give you
the ecommillionaire.com, guys, and we'll share it below so you guys can have it. Because I went to the mastermind. I'm like, man, this information is absolutely incredible. It's life changing, right?
Yes.
What would be some skill sets that right now, what are some things you are leaning on? So I was at the conference, 10X. Grant says the problem with a lot of us is we find something that works and we stop doing that. So what's some things that you're focusing on now that's working that you like, let me keep pounding the pressure on?
One of the things that works, it's very broad, is Facebook advertising.
Facebook, exactly.
I haven't even moved to another platform because it just works.
So you're not even on YouTube yet and all that?
No, not yet.
So when you go on YouTube,
but now, exactly. Now the plan of these right here is taking a bigger risk, a bigger step, bigger vision, bigger dream. So what we're trying to do now is we're trying to do the whole fulfillment in-house.
Yep.
Not just for myself. Not for myself, but for every student. Because we want to give them the privilege of shipping from US,
Yeah.
better quality, better customer service,
Yeah.
better customer experience.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to have employees running because right now I'm at the point that I don't want to be the producer, I want to be the operator.
Yeah.
So that's from some moment. So I don't want to run traffic myself. I don't want to look for a product. I want to train my own team and then delegate stuff and make it happen. Dude, I want to be on a yacht every weekend, you know what I'm saying, smoking a cigar with a glass of wine, enjoying the
life.
weather with my kids in the boat, when a samba. I don't want to be there like talking about Facebook. Well, that's steps in life. See, like I said, you got to dream bigger.
How many hours you spending a day on running traffic right now?
Not a lot.
No.
Honestly, once you have a campaign, maybe 2-3 hours a day, just
Gotcha.
to kind of like go over
Making
it.
sure it's right.
But I mean, when you have a product pumping, I went to Uruguay 2017 in January, and I came back February 25th. I got married the 22nd
Gotcha.
Uruguay. And for those 2 months that I was in Uruguay, I was literally opening my laptop every 2-3 days.
Wow.
Because I was selling what I was selling here. I was selling the app stimulators.
Gotcha.
Still hard.
Yeah.
Like it was brand new, and I was just looking at my stats, looking at how much money spent from my phone, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So the next day, same thing, and it was like freedom, bro. It was like, it's printing money.
Yeah.
That is a typical way to say printing money. When you put money to work for you,
Yeah.
and they came back with more money. You know, you don't have to do work. It's just automation.
Crazy. And that's when I was listening to, because Boniface sent me a snippet from the Sam Others. I'm like, this is insane. Like, this is how you do it.
Yes.
And yeah, so that's definitely next. And just to put some context, I want you guys to know 6 months ago, I remember when Gabriel just got his new warehouse. And it was a nice size, but I just want everybody to know we're in a warehouse now 10 times the size of that warehouse. And I'm speaking in existence a year from now, you may be listening to this podcast, he won't even be in the current warehouse because he's going to be serving too many students and just scaling to the move. So I just want to thank you so much for spending some time. What's your favorite book of yours? Are you still on Bob Proctor every day now?
Dude, I'm not every single day, but I listen to more Jim Rohn than Bob Proctor.
I love this guy. Look, you got to work hard on yourself and you're doing your job.
I know, bro.
Yeah.
I love Jim Rohn, and I listen to that thing. Every time I go in a car with Moses automatically just put Jim Rohn. It's like a meditation, bro. And books, man, I'm not a fan of reading books because first of all, English is not my first language, so
Gotcha.
I listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah, that's good.
So audiobooks, I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, good. Well, listen, bro, I want to say thank you so much for your time today.
Amen.
I truly appreciate it.
Pleasure of mine,
And
just
I'm looking forward
keep
to seeing
inspiring more people,
Hey,
changing
thank
lives, because that's what's up.
I appreciate that. And guys, this is wrapping up our episode. I might even ask Gabriel to start the car so you guys can hear it. Because part of you achieving the things you want, you got to visualize, you got to feel it, you got to believe it, you got to smell it, you got to taste it. But guys, please follow Gabriel on Instagram, The Ecom Millionaire. The Ecom Millionaire. Website, theecommillionaire.com. We'll drop a link in the show notes. Please support this man. Please follow him. Let him know you came from the podcast. I want our guests to understand
We'll do a
that.
special link for you.
Okay, cool,
For your
folks.
audience.
So we'll make a special link for you
Yeah.
guys as well, so you guys can be able to get that. And listen to me, this is one of the most incredible guys there is. And again, I'm finding people who's practitioners, like you and Rich. So there's a lot of people now there having programs.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with selling a program, but they're
It's
selling a
not-
program and not doing the work.
Yeah.
You are actively doing the work,
Absolutely.
making hundreds of thousands of dollars in days. So I always want to bring my audience people who are practitioners who
Yes.
are really doing it. So
Yes.
guys, please follow my brother, amazing guy, incredible. And I want to say thank you guys again for tuning in to Accelerate to Great. Please like, subscribe, comment, share this out. We want to continue to help people accelerate the great and get that financial freedom and time freedom that they desire. Have an amazing day, guys, and we're out. See ya.